Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge X.
Titties, 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 titties.
Ass.
All right, about to win my first Gamer Grudge. Here we go.
Eric.
All right. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Just don't. I hope you do not do like a certain person, which is Zach, and just try to play. You don't have the intro, so that's good.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have the intro. Yeah. So, hello everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Gamer Grudge. I am not your usual everyday host. I am, in fact, a guest host today because guess what, folks? We're doing another Pokemon Grudge.
Pokemon!
And this is a very special one because this, in the 7 years that we have done this show, is the first time that I have written the questions.
And they actually make sense.
He lies.
Yeah.
It's a lie. It's a lie. I written this shit.
Have
But-
not thought more about questions than when I had this.
Yes. But, you know, I'm not up here doing, I'm doing my host, my judging thing, but I do have other people here helping me. Of course, your usual host, Mr. Mac Poole.
Hello, everybody. It's Mac. You cannot see me because it won't go me on camera. I don't have my camera on, but
And also, we have Loveless.
I didn't. You know what? Fuck. Damn.
That's okay. You're done. You're done.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's go
I'm
crazy.
Loveless.
Yeah.
Loveless,
But-
I want to ask Loveless a question. Loveless, we're still talking about this wall, right? The wall.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll bring it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna bring up the wall in the Mushroom King. Okay, cool. Let's go. Miss is in
Yeah,
here.
let's
Miss
get
is
it.
in the
Let's get it.
house. Miss said Eric wins, by the way. And I just yeah. And she agrees. I think she's agreeing with this wall thing. I don't know, but we'll see this in a separate show. But I'm gonna hush.
Of course. Anyway, what would an episode of Gamer Grudge be without our fighters? Of course, we have Franny,
Hello.
and I believe a new fighter has joined the mix here.
Yes. Yes. Hi, my name's Tony, or by my internet handle, Turt Reynolds.
Yes,
Uh,
you win.
Beautiful name. Beautiful name.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I just defaulted to you because both names are there. I didn't know which to address you by.
Turd Reynolds, let's go.
Turt Reynolds.
Which, funny enough, I do actually have a turtle, and his name is Turt Reynolds. But yeah.
But Mac, I believe now it's the time that you go over the rules.
Yes, we're gonna go into rules, and now that we don't have to go over it because we have a video for that. So I'm going to go to that video right now. All right, here are the rules. The rules are there are 4 questions per round. The person with the point is awarded to the person with the best argument, not the best answer. If it was the best answer, then this wouldn't be a fair matchup. The fighter with the most points will win the entire fight. But if there is a tie, we will move to a PvP round. There are 5 phases in Gamer Grudge. First phase is the introduction phase, where you just state your answer. That's all. There's no answers, no nothing. Just give us your answer and move on. Phase 2 is the declaration round. This is where you argue your points for your answer. This is not attacking nobody else's answers. You are simply giving us your reasoning for your answer. And you get 3 minutes to do this. Phase 3 is the grudge round. This is where you tear down the argument, but keep it above the belt. But, you know, this is where you literally just tear down the person's argument. Yeah, tell them that their answer is strictly bullshit. Phase 4 is the last minute question round, where we give you a last minute question, basically either to give you a rebuttal or we have a question set up for you. 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to give you a rebuttal, but we try people here at Gamer Grudge. And Phase 5 is cleanup and fact checking and the verdict of the round.
Just have your portrait in the museum. It's fine.
It'll be this photo right here. So there you go, Eric. Those are the rules. Did you like them?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Solid rules. Solid. All right.
Solid.
With that out of the way, everybody, are you ready to grudge? Wow, Mac, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is weird when nobody replies.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? It sucks, doesn't it?
Oh, God, I think I'm gonna have to actually reply next time. Jesus.
Yeah, it feels bad, doesn't it? You feel like an asshole when you do that. Yeah.
You ready to grudge? Everyone's like, I'm sorry, what?
What was that? What was that?
Okay. Question number 1.
Sadly, I do not have a prompt for that, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. No worries, Mac. I've got all the questions right here.
All right.
With the triumphant return of Mega Evolution to Legends ZA, what Pokemon that has not gotten a special form in the past should get a new Mega Evolution? Now remember, this is just a declaration. All I am looking for is your answer. I'm going to start with Franny.
I'm gonna say Ninetales.
Ninetales. Okay. And a Turt.
Well, I am gonna go with the answer Dragonite.
Ooh, you're looking for that Dragonite. I see.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Mac, do you have timer ready?
Yes, 3 minutes, right?
3 minutes on the clock, Franny. Give me your arguments.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait.
Give me a second. Let me get the timer. You may start now.
Okay, so I think Ninetales deserves a Mega Evolution because it was part of Gen 1. A lot of Gen 1, I think, got Mega Evolutions. Ninetales got the Allura, got some other sort of, that. But I think it deserves its own Mega Evolution because, when you look at the anime, how they kind of painted it as this ancient Pokemon, and it was very special in the anime, and it was very special in the game. So I think it deserves its own Mega Evolution. And I'm going to concede the rest of my time.
All right. Going right to the point. Okay, Mac, please reset the timer.
All right, got you. Resetting the timer, sir. Give me a second. I'm going there right now. Resetting. All right, cancel. And Tony, you can start right now.
Okay, so I think Ninetales, that's okay.
Nope.
No?
Can't. Just about yours.
Okay. Well, I think Dragonite definitely deserves a Mega Evolution. I mean, you look at all the other Gen 1 Pokemons that are classified as dragons. You have Charizard, which has 2. You have, Gyarados, which also has a Mega Evolution. He was in the first official Pokemon movie. He was literally the first known dragon-type dragon-type Pokemon. He's literally labeled as such. He is definitely one of, the big pseudo-legendaries. I feel like he kind of didn't get the love he deserves. They're shown to be these great intelligent creatures, and there's an air of I don't know, chivalry and honor with them, because they help guide people that are lost out at sea, and they help out with a lot of humans. But I feel they never got the respect back from us that they deserved. I think you'd find you'd be hard pressed to find another pseudo legendary who deserves a Mega Evolution, especially one from Gen 1. He's from the first generation. I think it's long overdue. And I will actually concede the rest of my time as well.
Well, damn. Okay. Well,
All right.
this. I really love to tell people to shut the fuck up, but I don't get to do that today. Damn.
Well,
I'm
Not yet.
disappointed. Not yet. No,
Absolutely
I
not.
have a feeling I'm going to in a minute, but you know, Franny's going to be happy, so it's in happy mode, so I won't be able to tell people to shut the fuck up. All right,
We'll see.
we'll
We'll
see,
see
we'll
how.
see, we'll see.
all right. So it's almost time to go at each other's throats. So Mac, 5 minutes on the clock.
5 minutes on the clock.
All right. Grudge.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Mac,
my God.
5 minutes on the clock means that the timer's ready for
Oh, the
5
timer's
minutes.
ready. I just got to press start. Ready?
Jesus Christ. Grudge.
Okay, I think that you chose Dragonite as like a pick me. I feel like Dragonite's a little bit too much of a pick me, and that the whole dragon didn't get the love and everything, but you have so many other dragons in in this that has a mega evolution. I think it's just a cash grab that you're trying to promote.
Yeah, well, I mean, also because Dragonite has a lot more love. I mean, you think about it this way: which one do you hear a lot more of, Dragonite or Ninetales? Like Ninetales, I see your idea, but Ninetales literally got a what was it of? They got an Alolan form. They got a whole other thing for their stuff. They actually
Yes, because Dragonite wasn't part of this whole dragons get all this love and dragons like I don't see a Dragonite plushie in the store, right?
I've
I see
seen
like
plenty of Dragonite plushies in the store. I've
they
seen
get
Dragonite
so much
plushies. I've
love.
seen Dragonite
Why not
onesies.
give Ninetales, give another Pokemon like its love so you can get more like just time out there for it. I don't think it has enough time. Dragonite has plenty of time in the limelight. It has plenty of time to be the greatest that it can be. It has 3 evolutions. All of those evolutions has its own love and time in the limelight. I think that Dragonite as a mega evolution is just a cash grab.
A cash, well, yeah, because it's a cash grab because it would sell. It would immediately be popular. People would be using Mega Dragonite. I'd fucking be using. Could you imagine a Mega Dragonite with fucking armor on? That would be so dope. Like,
I'm
that was
thinking of something more original. Something we have all these dragons, we have all these legendaries that all have its mega evolution. I think that Dragonite, as a new Pokemon, yes, it's got its Allura form, but as its OG Dragonite form, having its own mega evolution, it's new. It's shiny. It's new in the market, and I think it needs its own love. We saw it the tiniest bit, and I think we need to give it more love.
yeah, I do agree that we need to give Dragonite more love. Thank you for making my point. But like,
The Ninetales.
oh, I mean, Ninetales literally
Yes,
has
thank
been
you for
updated
agreeing with me.
with the lore, with the Alolan stuff. Ninetales have that. Dragonite doesn't have any of that. He was literally in the first fucking movie. He
Mhm.
hit it off. He set the bar running for pseudo legendaries. You know, up
Okay.
there with like Gyarados and with Arcanine.
Which all has their own mega evolutions.
Exactly, which is my point. He doesn't. I feel like it is over. It is about time that he deserves that same treatment as them. He is, you know.
Hey, and I love Dragoneer. I love like Dragoneer is my favorite. I get it. I love the love for, but I think dragons have gone into the Pokemon universe. We love them too much. All of these shows with dragons in it, sure. But like, give me something more original. Give me something that is new and that I think that Ninetales would be it.
I don't know. I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find a bigger crowd to recognize with Ninetales than to recognize Dragonite. You know, he set the bar for a lot of the dragon Pokemon, and he herded the charge for like others like down the line, like Rayquaza and and all the other
Rayquaza
Gyarados.
has its own Mega Evolution.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is that he set the bar for Dragon Pokemon. I
He
feel
did
like
not for Mega Evolution because they've all had Mega Evolutions and not Dragonite. So I feel like the ship has sailed for
which is
Dragonite.
again my point is that all the other dragons got that love. He was the dragon and deserves that love as well.
He wasn't the OG dragon that deserves its love.
He's literally called the Dragon Pokemon. He was one of the first He was from Gen 1. He set the bar for the first Dragon Pokemon.
I don't.
I mean, you have like Gyarados, who's like a dragon, but he's a water type. You have, Charizard, but he's not a dragon; he's a fire type. He is the dragon Pokemon.
And those two that you've mentioned already have Mega Evolutions. So I think that they skipped over it for a reason.
They skipped over it because some people overlook things, and unfortunately, sometimes we don't have the foresight.
Because it's fine. It's fine as its original.
Guys,
shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Time.
Shut the fuck up. That is time. You have your 5 minutes are up.
Okay.
Yes, I finally got to say shut the fuck up.
You have so much fun with that.
I
so
do.
Fun.
Okay.
I have.
Okay. I already have a follow-up question ready. Do either of you have a follow-up question that you would like to ask?
I absolutely do have a follow-up question.
All right. You know what? Loveless, you ask yours. I'll have them both answer, and then they'll ask mine if it's not quite covered.
Okay. So my question would be like, with how Mega Evolution works, like it gives people some stat boost and different abilities. What would be your Pokemon's new ability if they were to Mega Evolve?
That's a good question. I like that.
A new stat boost. I think that speed on Ninetales can use a stat boost. I think speed and like special like their special abilities, because I know Ninetales has a couple of fire special abilities that it could use. I think that getting that stat boost would be mwah, chef's kiss.
I mean, if you really look at it, which one do you think would be faster, the dragon or the fucking the fox? Definitely, he would be up with speed, and he would up his special defense because he would have that body armor right there.
Oh, you're definitely not supposed to be arguing against mine.
All right. Well, my bad.
Interesting. Okay.
That does roll into my question, because we did get a bit from Mr. Kurt Reynolds over there about this, but how physically would your Mega Evolution change the design to emphasize this Mega Evolution? Starting with
I think that I would change the color and give it like a fire eyes, like a blue fire eyes on it, and then change the color slightly. Give it a different give it a different color scheme.
All right. So as far as my Pokemon's change, I feel like he would embody the like that chivalrous status that he was like discerned with. I feel like he would slim down a little bit more. His front armor plates would be a little bit more pronounced, maybe even in like the shape of like actual like knight armor. And I feel like his horns would try to like resemble that of a helm.
All right. So, with that all out of the way, all right, does anybody have any fact checks? Because I do have some facts that I don't even need to look up, that I know that I need to
I got
would need
a
to
couple.
address.
So I had to look up Rayquaza. Rayquaza, technically, he a dragon type? I want to say he is a
Yeah,
dragon type.
yeah.
Mhm.
Rayquaza's dragon.
He's
He's
a
a
dragon
dragon.
type, and he does have a mega evolution.
I would say the closest one-to-one for a dragon having a mega evolution to that would not be the Rayquaza comparison. I would actually say probably more Salamence, another pseudo legendary,
Right. But
another dragon flying pseudo legendary.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with like Garchomp, right?
Huh?
Yeah, because Garchomp's a dragon, right? Or am I?
He's not a
Garchomp is
pseudo legendary.
dragon ground.
Yeah.
Also, as far as popularity goes, there's a reason they said if Dragon Knight would got there's some theories out there. If Dragon Knight would have gotten a Mega Evolution, he would have controlled the weather. Um, Also, as far as the whole point of Ninetales not being a popular Pokemon, yeah, that's a fucking lie. Cause there's a lot of people in here that literally loves Ninetales as a Pokemon. They will fight. They will go to the bats for fucking Ninetales. So there's a lot of people who love Ninetales, not only just for the look and beauty, but
Mhm.
for the attacks and everything. So
Mhm.
there's that.
Mhm.
You got any facts, Eric?
I've got a couple of facts here because a couple of the term pseudo legendary was thrown around a little loosey goosey over the course of this round. Uh, Granted, it is a fan made loosey goosey term in the first place, but Dragonite and Gyarados are not pseudo legendaries. Uh, they don't hit that they don't hit either of the requirements to be a pseudo any of the requirements to be a pseudo legendary. Uh, most notably the 600 base stat total, 3-stage evolution, and slow experience group. However, you know, all that out of a hand. It also Arcanine was also a Pokemon that was listed as having a Mega Evolution. Arcanine does not have a Mega Evolution. It is another glaring omission for Mega Evolutions from Generation 1, I would say. Very, 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 very popular Pokemon over the entire lifespan of the series. Does not have a Mega Evolution.
That is a sin.
Yes, that is correct. And
I agree with that.
though it was in the spirit of the question to include regional variants as not having a special form, I will allow it because I do kind of really want to see a Mega Ninetales. So I'm not gonna hold that one way or the other in my argument. For the against the arguments, because it was initially against the spirit of my question, but I believe Ninetales is different enough from Alolan Ninetales to warrant a Mega Evolution. Now, getting down to brass tacks. I'm gonna lead this one off. So you both sort of didn't really put the gas on the arguments in the in the openings. I mean, obviously it's a start of a grudge. It's to be expected. There was a lot that I wish was said for each of you. Most notably, I believe both of these would be Mega Evolutions who would change typings in my head, and neither of you had mentioned anything about that.
Oh,
Again, since that is a thing that applies to both of you, and neither of you brought up. For example, Ninetales, I believe, would Mega Evolve to Fire Ghost, especially with your description. Dragonite would be Dragon Steel.
that's so good.
Literally, if either of you said that, it would have been the edge.
Oh,
Unfortunate, but it is an unfortunate state of this that I can't take that into consideration. Answering Loveless's question did help a lot because unfortunately, Tony, the way you described your Mega Evolution did not really match what stats you decided to allocate. And it really just sort of disrupts the whole meshing thing, like, which did pile into Franny's argument of you just want to appease. You were only doing this to boost up the lesser stats of Dragonite in your answering of that question, where I feel like, Ninetales, it is a special attacker that doesn't have a monster special attack, and it's a Pokemon that you typically put a choice scarf on. So those are two things that you definitely boost and would want to boost in a Mega Evolution. I feel like that matched well. Arguments on popularity. These are both two fairly popular Gen 1 Pokemon. I do kind of wish one of you didn't fight for a Gen 1 Pokemon, because they do get a lot of time in the spotlight. There other dragons that people feel are deserving to have Mega Evolutions. The most popular on that list is probably Flygon, because they need it.
Yes.
But looking at the facts, looking at the arguments, I am going to have to give slight edge to Franny for my point, but I'm going to now go to Mac for his take on this.
So, I am the one that I can make this just go right to Loveless, or I can just end this right now and just end this right now. I enjoy being a dick sometimes, and I really enjoy doing this. And I could just say, "Hey, Loveless, fuck you. Let's just let you pick it out." But undeniably, I'm also a nice guy, and but I also got to go by what I hear. When I was hearing this argument at the beginning, I thought Dragonite was going to win because and the funny thing about it, I have both. When I play Pokemon, I have had both of these Pokemons. Dragonite is Dragonite is a world beater. When you get that Dragonair and you turn it into a Dragonite, it's a world beater. I mean, that's when you get into a Mega Evolution, that motherfucker is a powerhouse. However, Eevee is cute. Not Eevee. Vulpix is cute, and when it evolves into a fucking Ninetales, it gets even cuter. And I have chosen, out of all the dog Pokemon, it is the one Pokemon that I literally wish I had in my house, garden in my house right now, because it's not only cute, but it will probably growl the shit out of you and blow fire at you, which I wanted Fire Dog. But anyway, back to what I was
Because
saying.
it's a fox.
It's Fox. It is a Fox. Fuck.
Yeah, it's Fox.
It's the fox Pokemon.
Well, fuck it. I always wanted a fox. So Ninetales would be my pet. I have it on the front yard. Like, hey, fiery, blow, fire them down. So anyway, but anyway, I gotta go by the arguments. Dragonite, while it is a strong, I feel like it is a great choice. But Franny nailed down an argument, and I got to disagree with Eric if you brought it up. Franny brought down an argument that there's so many different dragon Pokemon out there that are getting Mega Evolutions. While granted, you're correct. Gyarados is not a dragon. It's different. It's different elemental. It's water type, and you're right. Charizard is a fire type. They're still technically dragon type. They're still technically in that dragon family. While it's annoying, I agree. I know. I get it. While it is that type, it is annoying. Just adding another dragon type would just be something different. We need something different, something fresh. I agree with her fresh argument that we do need something new. So with that being said, I begrudgingly has to go with Franny.
All right. So that is 2-0. Point goes to Franny, but Loveless, would you like to weigh in?
Yeah, I can weigh in just a little bit. I was like, my main thing when I look at, Mega Evolutions, I was, we could talk about aesthetics and popularity, but for me, at the end of the day, I'm thinking about what would be most useful in a battle because you're gonna want to use Mega Evolutions in battle. So it was like I was kind of disappointed that we didn't necessarily get into like some of the more like not necessarily stats, but more so how would it be effective in a team or anything in that nature.
Hmm.
And I believe that with the argument after a while, kind of started going in circles a bit. So I was like, yeah. But I think I'm going to give the point to Franny because I feel like she helped accentuate what makes Ninetales great while, you know, straightening up some of their weak points without making them overpowered, if that makes sense.
Right.
Hmm. And Dragoneer is my favorite Pokemon too. Like I want a tattoo of Dragoneer on me. But yes, thank you.
Okay.
So what they're saying in the chat? Loveless?
Oh, I got you. The chat froze for me. Hold on.
It's okay.
Got to do that whole refreshing.
What's going on in the chat? No idea. Moving on.
Oh, wait. Wait, I got something.
Absolutely no idea. There's a chat?
Wait. Hold on. So here's I'm just gonna go gloss over.
Pearl is saying Eevee is the best.
That is true. He said that. Also,
Hey,
Chewbacca
go.
Chewbacca Defense said is Gizmo a Pokemon, and I reply Gizmo is a Pokemon. I'll tell Eric.
Gizmo?
No, Gizmo is not a Pokemon.
How
I
isn't
was
he?
like,
He evolves.
No.
No.
Gizmo does not evolve. The other gremlins evolve. There's a difference. Sorry, the other Mogwai evolve into gremlins.
They're not. So Mogwai is a Pokemon.
Yeah, Mogwai is a Pokemon.
There we go. I love it.
oh, that is an argument for a different show.
Oh yeah. What? They're cute. This one's cute. So
Moving along.
Also, I want to say also GF1 Studio says where's Cat? Where's Cat? Cat? Why she's not in the chat?
Cat's I don't know. She's hanging out. She's relaxing.
Oh, okay. Let her relax. I was just talking shit.
Say hi, Cat.
Hi.
Hi,
This is
Cat.
Moving along.
Oh, wait a minute. So also Trill said Gyarados isn't a dragon, but learns Dragon Rage in Gen 1. Hey, Cat. And see, Stripe is a Pokemon. Fair enough. And Gyarados, I can't spell.
I'm sorry, Gyarados.
Again. Moving along.
That's what it says.
Okay, we're done.
What? Question 2. There has not been a new Let's Go game since Pikachu and Eevee came out in 2018. What Pokemon would be the partner Pokemon of a Let's Go game set in their home region? And this time, we're going to start with Tony.
Okay, so I think if we needed a Let's Go game for a Pokemon that deserves some love, I think Clefairy would be my pick for a Let's Go game.
So you want to do another Kanto Let's Go game with Clefairy. Okay.
Can you tell my favorite?
I would say that if I was given these answers beforehand, I would not have accepted that as an answer.
No, it's fine. Let him argue. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let him cook. Let him cook. Franny, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry. I said Charmander. I'm sorry, Eric.
All right, no, you both lose. Moving on to question 3. Nobody gets a point.
Yeah,
Wow,
Literally,
point
the
goes to
point
Mac.
is to
That's
not
crazy.
pick a Kanto Pokemon.
I didn't. So Mac didn't
Mac
explain.
did not tell us
Mac,
at
Mac
all.
didn't explain that it was not to be a Kanto.
What?
Like,
Hold up, time out. I will take the blame on this, but at the same token, I had no idea, but I did not write these questions.
Can I? No.
As long as I'm not at fault, that's kind of the main thing you need to take away.
Look, I'll take the fault for this. Look,
Can we re-roll for our answers?
You're gonna re-roll?
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
Go ahead.
I legitimately would not have accepted either of those answers, so go ahead.
Okay.
In the meantime, while you're
Like-
thinking, I would have picked.
And also, I will also say, don't pick a starter Pokemon.
Bullshit.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Don't pick a starter Pokemon.
I was gonna pick. I picked Ekans. So there.
Again, Ekans doesn't work either.
Get one.
Fuck, really?
Yes, it's a Kanto Pokemon, Matt.
Fuckers.
Jesus Christ.
What part of no Kanto was not clear?
Fuck, really? You just want us to pick something. You want us to pick the.
Yes,
Snow
I want. The point was to pitch a new Let's Go game. It's not going to be a third. It's not going to be another Let's Go game in Kanto.
You want us to pick the snow cone Pokemon. That's what you want.
No.
In Pokemon, there's either Gen 1 or the Snow Cone Pokemon.
Yeah,
There
pick
is
the
no
Snow
other
Cone
Pokemon.
or the washing machine.
I didn't want to outright say what would be the starters of Let's Go Johto.
No,
Because I
get
wanted it to
Eric.
be
I'm
open
just
to all the
fucking with you.
regions, and you both fucking picked a Kanto Pokemon.
Pichu.
Pichu would have worked.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pichu.
but no, because the
Pichu and Togepi are the go-to answers for the Let's Go Johto games.
Yeah, but that would have involved the Pikachu. So that would have been just Let's Go Pikachu again.
The partner Pokemon don't evolve.
Scott said, "I choose the vegetable gremlin."
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
That's
I don't know why I
great
keep
answer.
forgetting that they don't evolve.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer, Scott. But while they're thinking, let's talk about this wall.
God damn it.
Okay, I am ready, but I will let my opponent go first. You're on mute, bud.
I would let you go first.
No, it's your turn to go
No,
first.
no.
It's your turn.
It's
you
almost
got it.
your turn.
Okay, all right. So, if I were to pick a Pokemon who would deserve the Let's Go treatment, I think I would do Yamper.
Yamper. Oh, Yamper's a
Yamper.
Yamper's a
Excellent.
good last minute pickup. All right. Franny.
I'm gonna go with Mimikyu.
Mimikyu is an interesting one. Okay. Okay. So,
Sorry, I'm
Mac.
laughing in the chat.
Mac, 3 minutes on the clock.
3 minutes will be on the clock. Sorry, I was laughing at the chat. Yeah, this is funny. 3 minutes on the clock. Whenever you're ready. You ready?
All right. So, Tony, 3 minutes. Why Yamper would be a good partner Pokemon in a Let's Go game.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
So, I mean, if we talk about the game that he, came out on, Sword and Shield, as soon as we saw pictures of Yamper, that's literally all anyone that I knew that did anything with Pokemon was talking about is how incredibly adorable Yamper is. He has very good that feel good status that I feel like Pikachu and Eevee do, like that loyal dog status, and I just feel like he could definitely pull out a game of his own at that same level, given the good amount of story writing that they can do for it with Yamper. And I will concede the rest of my time.
All right, cool. Going back, cancel. All right, Franny, you have 3 minutes. Tell me when you're ready. Are you ready?
Yes,
All
I'm
right,
ready.
you will go now. When I tell you to shut the fuck up, you shut the fuck up. Start now.
Okay, so Mimikyu. I am imagining, a ghost type, kind of semi-scary but not too scary game for the kiddos where we go to graveyards and we look for other Pokemon who is missing their mothers, and we're trying to give them gifts so they can go to the afterlife. And it's a little bit scary. We can schedule it to go out around like October, like the fall season, so that we can get in on the spooky season month. But I don't want it to be like seriously scary for the kiddos. So let them play, let them go into the graveyards. And I see a lot of Pokemon, a lot of ghost Pokemon in there where we can kind of save them, quote unquote, and explore. And I'm going to relinquish the rest of my time.
Damn it. Fucking shit. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Fuck up. This is piss. Planet piss.
Well,
I got
those
5
were
minutes.
those were okay introductions, but 5 minutes on the clock, Mac. Are you ready to hit the button when I say it's time to grudge?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, grudge.
Go.
All right. So again, as far as like Yamper is there, I feel like he has that same like iconic status that he could go off on to like have a good countryside kind of adventure. You'd go around, start gathering resources. I feel like we have done the graveyard tropes in Pokemon, over and over again. I mean, you think about it, like there's like the whole.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't argue against me.
No. This is the
This is
grudge
the
time.
argument.
Wait, this is the grudge?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Oh.
said grudge and everything.
Oh my god.
I've
Stop it.
I've been. I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no, I did it again. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
Keep fighting. Go ahead.
Reclaiming your time.
It's both your times.
So
Fight,
it's-
Jesus.
it's like,
Fight,
I
damn
feel
it,
like
fight!
So we need a different vibe when it comes to Pokemon, because all these Pokemon sessions have been cute, adorable, pinks and butterflies and rainbows and shit like that. Like, we need a little bit more dark. All right, Mario Party did it. We had Luigi's Mansion. We had all this. We need something a little bit more gray, a little bit more dark purples, a little bit more of that. And the thing is, Mimikyu looks like Pikachu. All right, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell to the kiddos. Kiddos like Pikachu. Pikachu is one of the most famous Pokemon that lives out there. We need something a little bit different. We need something with a little bit different energy. We need that dark purples, those dark blues, those dark grays. We need something that's a little bit out there. Sell it on Halloween. Let the dark, the dark girlies get it. Make it like a dark, like cozy game for the holidays, but we need something that's a little bit different. All right, Mimikyu is there.
I don't know. I just don't feel like Mimikyu. Like, I get his like this whole dark, edgy thing, but like, or dark, like very cutesy. But I just don't feel like he would hold up enough of it to rather than just be a small little gimmick for a side. I mean, I just.
Well, we have okay. So there's plenty of story that we can get into, like Driftbloom, like Cubone, like all these Pokemon that have really dark pasts. We can get into it and we can build stories around it that causes it to be like, hey, let's go, let's explore. Oh, you lost your mother? Let's go look for your mother. Oh, here's your mother's bones. Oh man, that's a little bit fucked up. But like the kiddos would be like sad, and it just goes with the Halloween theme, and I think that it's different. It's different from the Let's Go Pikachu. It's different from the Let's Go Eevee. Let's go in a different direction. Let's sell something for Halloween. Halloween sells even outside of Halloween. It sells in November. It sells in December. It sells in the middle of July.
Okay, so, but I don't know. I just don't know if it would have enough of like a grab for it for specifically Mimikyu. I
Okay.
just personally, huh?
I said okay. I was letting you go.
Oh, sorry, no, you go. I get it. Mimikyu is cute and all, and like, but it's just it didn't have as much of a grab for me that I was looking for it. It kind of felt a little underwhelming. I don't know that he would, because he gets a lot of love in like the cartoon. And I just don't know if we need more of that from him.
Yes, but he is the person taking you on this journey, right? And then I think there's a lot of ghost Pokemon that hasn't been brought to life in this sort of like in a game. Like Ghost Pokemon, I feel like hasn't been highlighted in a lot of different games, and I think we have an opportunity here to give something that sort of looks like Pikachu but isn't Pikachu, and give it its own dark, gloomy, you know, like you can sell it to the kids as like, oh, a cute little spooky game, but like the parents know
Time's
that
up.
like
See, notice I was being nice.
Okay.
So nice.
You think
Hey.
I appreciate that. You're trying.
Huh?
I appreciate that. You're being nice. That's
Thank
good.
you, thank you. Yeah, yep, yep. Now, Loveless, go fuck yourself. Um,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! All because I had never heard of Metal Gear. Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, I understand never playing Metal Gear, but never heard of Metal Gear.
he's fucking with you.
Am I joking? Am I not? That's what Jack can
You
decide.
better be, damn it.
Anyway, do either of you have a question?
I have a question.
Okay.
So, um, so I have never played Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu. Never played these games in my entire life. So I need you to tell me, how would your game operate to me, to a person who never played this fucking game? Is that a bad question?
Well,
It's actually
the issue
similar to what I was gonna add.
the issue is that especially with Franny definitely pitched a game that is different than the existing Let's Go games, which is just a remake of Yellow, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Well, anyway, I guess I don't got a question.
How would your region be presented in your Let's Go game that would differ from the way it was presented in uh, their original games? Because you both did pick pretty recent generations, both games that already exist in 3D.
wait, I'm sorry, what was the question?
How would your region's presentation differ from the original region? So, in your case, how would Alola be presented differently in your game, and how would Galar be represented different in his game?
Oh, so me first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like, out the gate, you kind of leave your village as soon as like you get your Pokemon, you're good, you're gone. I feel like it might take a little bit more of a homey vibe, like there would be like, you could spend time reading with your Yamper, you could spend more time doing like tasks around the town, you could help people with their like homesteads and stuff like that. I feel like it would more goes to more focus on like a cozy vibe of like and out of like a rural kind of setting. I feel like it kind of didn't capture that for me. as far as Sword and Shield, and I feel like they could play on that because cozy games are a really big thing right now. You know, especially
Okay.
with everything going.
Okay. Granny.
Okay. I am imagining like a Tim Burton-esque back backdrop. And the more you solve the Pokemon's issues and the more you kind of settle their, hey, this is what death is like, for them to be easier to capture on like a Tim Burton-esque backdrop. That's what I'm imagining.
Tim Burton's Hawaii is wild. It's a wild answer to that question.
Yeah, it's a wild answer. Also, there's a question in the chat. Ali Mischivia said, how would the Pokemon build a wall?
You don't have to answer that.
I was hoping it didn't.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? They would build a wall of books and tea.
Yeah.
You win,
all right.
Tony. You win.
So as more of a sort of freeform, and also, to be honest, a lot more last minute arguments. You both did well with the time that you had.
Yeah.
I will say I don't expect there to be really fact checking to be done. I didn't notice anything that was too egregious.
Nope. Didn't
on
notice
either
anything
end.
egregious either.
I didn't notice anything anyway.
Yeah.
Either.
So I'm gonna say my thoughts because, like I said, I was very adamantly that neither of your original answers were good for this question.
Yeah.
You really need to give Mac direction.
Well, here's the thing. If Mac had sent me the answers, I would have said they need to choose new answers.
Yeah.
Mac didn't send me the answers. So again, it's on Mac.
That's on me. Yeah. I admit that was on me.
I am surprised that you didn't pivot to Cleffa, because that is from a different generation.
Did not think of it at the time. I was like, fuck, I can't pick anything with Clefairy.
Unfortunately, you could have.
What, you said no Gen 1. I just
Cleffa's not Gen 1.
I know,
Cleffa
but I thought
is not Gen 1.
I know Cleffa's not Gen 1, but I'm
Yes.
saying you said no doubt. Like, okay, cool. I can't pick anything resembling Clefairy.
Yeah.
Anything related
Yeah.
to
I am surprised none of you went for any of the baby Pokemon. I feel like especially like Let's Go Munchlax, I think would be a really good like Sinnoh game. Let's Go Munchlax and Riolu, I feel like would be the pair for that generation.
I had a whole ass different argument for Charmander. So
No, I understand that. Listen, there's already Pokemon Red. There doesn't need to be. There's Red and Fire Red. That line does not need a third game for it.
I had a whole thing because it was
Fair.
like didn't get like a lot of love for fairy.
Yeah, you could have used that for Cleffa. You just didn't think of it. Yeah, but you both did a good job pivoting. I would say based solely on the picks themselves, Yamper has the edge. But based off of the pitch for what the game is, I feel like the Mimikyu game works best as like a standalone game, whereas I could see the Yamper game being able to be paired with like a Wooloo game. I can see that, and that would even then match with the types of Pikachu and Eevee. The other end of that is that Galar was literally last generation. That game came out 5 years ago. But I'm not gonna lay judgment just yet. I was just getting my points out before I turn to Loveless for what he thought on
Yes.
okay.
You sound a little too excited about that,
Yeah,
brother.
I did. I'm excited because I don't want to be the first one on this fight.
Ooh, let's see.
Sucks,
So
doesn't it?
shut the hell up. Look, so uh, I will say you guys did do a great job as far as just pivoting and going last minute. I know it was a little hard to follow at times, and it was a little scatterbrained, but it's like again, it was last minute, so we kind of have to come up with arguments on the fly, and want to, I want to make sure we appreciate that first and foremost. That said, with someone who is not as familiar with Let's Go series compared to the others, I'm gonna have to give the point to Franny because I'm gonna give the point to Franny because I like the idea of like going in a basically completely different direction
All right.
with that particular one, like going a bit darker. Having a ghost Pokemon basically be the highlight is, to my knowledge, hasn't really been done before unless your name is Gengar. So it would be it would be nice to get a different spin on it. I know they're not gonna go, if this was actually real, this wouldn't go as hard as any of us would like. But I do think it would be nice and interesting to see a different setting, a different you know kind of retextualize the original plot line. So yeah, I'm gonna get the point to Franny.
Okay. Okay. And just to be clear, that the original Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was just a remake of Pokemon Yellow,
Mhm.
even down to the inclusion of Jesse and James, but with Pokemon Go catching mechanics.
Okay.
But gotcha.
Yeah. So Mac, have you
Damn it.
answer next?
I think you're both wrong. It's Beat from Mega Man. Um, I mean, it's a bird that just picked the shit out of you, and he's awesome. Uh, but all seriousness, damn, I really, really, really am kind of. I mean, Levels will say, "Hey, it sucks, doesn't it?" That I put you on the spot. Yeah, I know. Uh,
No, you got it. It's good. You got it.
yeah, I really would say fuck you, Levels, but I can't do that because you didn't do nothing wrong. Uh,
Yep. Give me time.
it's coming. Uh, Franny, I feel like while I do, well, unlike the first answer, I do like your answer, and I feel like it's good standalone. Eric said it's a good standalone. That's something interesting. The thing about it is you brought up Tim Burton. I love Tim Burton. I love him to death. He's a great director, but sometimes that dude can get weird and he can creep you the fuck out. Remember Batman and Rock Batman? Remember Batman Returns and the bloody all that bloody shit, the bloody nose. I love that shit. I loved that shit when I was a kid, and I grew up amazingly. The kid's gonna be scared of that shit. So as far as but look.
But I did say not as scary. Like
I
I
get
did.
it. I get it. I just gotta bring up examples, Franny. I'm sorry. No, I love you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with that, Eric did brought up another good point. Tony's does feel like a game that can just keep going. I wasn't scared either. I wasn't scared. I'm not scared. I'm just saying, as far as other kids, they're gonna be scared of that shit. I just want to put that out there. But with that being said, Tony's feels like the game that got more longevity, and it can keep going, and it could give you a good starter point for different games. So I'm gonna go with Tony on this one. So I'm just gonna give it right back to Eric.
All right. There is something very interesting that happened when I asked my question. And you know what that is? It changed who I was going to vote for. Tony, you did something very interesting in your argument. You brought something up that is an issue with Sword and Shield and also Scarlet and Violet. It is a very rural town. You don't go in any of the houses. That is something shockingly missing in Sword and Shield. And your answer to that question, it's like, yeah, being able to actually go in the houses and interact with people is something that is desperately missing in Sword and Shield, and a Let's Go game would be able to remedy that. And surprisingly enough, only making a remake one generation back, soon to be two, I'm gonna give the point to Tony.
Yes.
Tony got a point.
But
Hey,
good.
Good round.
That's not discounting your argument at all, Franny. You pitched.
Yeah,
a
you
wonderful one.
argued it well. I just had to put that point out there.
Like I said, if it wasn't for that answer to that question, you would have had the point. But Tony literally turned it around in that in the follow-up question.
Right.
All right.
Tony's first point.
Yeah. So, what are they saying in the chat?
well, got a bunch of arguing about what is and isn't Pokemon. Would say that Cell, Frieza, and Boo are Pokemon.
No, Chaozu is the only Pokemon.
No,
let's get that out of the way. Chaozu is the only Pokemon.
No, GF1 said, I just want to say this, GF1 Studio said, Krillin, said, fuck all of you, Krillin.
Chaozu is the only Pokemon. That's the only one Nappa tried to catch in the Pokeball.
Let's see. You might have said, is Jeff Goldblum in the Fly a Pokemon? Which Miss answered yes.
I mean, he does transform.
It makes sense. But apparently, GF1 Studios says no, Liu Kang isn't a Pokemon.
He isn't. Yep. I concur with GF1 Studios.
He can transform into a dragon.
That was the bad Mortal Kombat film.
That's his mega evolution, sir.
That was Loveless. We do not talk about Annihilation here. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That film doesn't exist.
Technically, our Mortal Kombat characters are Pokemon because they have animalities. They can transform. It's fine.
We don't talk about that shit, Loveless. We don't talk about
they don't transform.
And
back.
if you want to hear us talk about the Mortal Kombat movie, I hope that that episode of Visit Rotten is still available on our YouTube channel.
It's still up, but we don't want to talk about Annihilation. That film sucked.
we covered the first Mortal Kombat. We did not cover Annihilation.
Oh no, we didn't. But but Zach literally loves Annihilation because how bad it is. It sucks.
All right.
I will not show up.
Too bad you will die. Anyway,
fuck
question
you.
Yes. Moving along to question 3. I'm excited about this one. I don't know your answers, but I'm already excited about this one.
Yeah, surprise.
Question 3. A Pokemon's typing is a core aspect of their design. What's a Pokemon typing that Game Freak just got wrong? And starting back with Franny to start off again.
I'm gonna go with Charizard.
That's a popular pick. Popular pick. Tony.
I'm actually gonna go with Arbok.
Yes!
Ooh.
Yes!
That is an underrated pick.
Yes!
And depending on where you go with this might be a tough one.
The snake Pokemon.
Okay. Okay. All right, Franny. 3 minutes on the clock. Mac, you ready with the timer this time? When I
Oh, I'm ready.
When Franny starts talking is when you start it, okay?
All right.
Franny, the timer will start when you go.
Okay, so Charizard is obviously a dragon type. Okay, it's egg group, dragon, monster. Okay, the moves that it can learn: Dragon Claw, Heat Wave, Smoke, Dragon Breath, Fire Fang, Flamethrower. These are all dragon type moves. Okay, or not dragon type moves, but these are all dragon like things that you think about when you think about a dragon. He's very obviously dragon type. He's got the wings, he's got the fiery tail, he breathes fire. This is a dragon type Pokemon. The fact that they rechanged it from a fire type to a fire flying type is absolutely BS. It should be a dragon type. And I will concede the rest of my time.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting short introductions.
I know it's almost like they plan for this, so I won't tell them to shut the fuck up. All
I
right.
was told. I was warned beforehand.
All right.
Whoa.
I'm a master of using exactly 3 minutes.
All right, I got it right here. I'm ready.
All right. Tony, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so if we talk about going off of specifically what the Pokedex talks about, Arbok is, it's referenced about its jaw and its bite a lot. Which, if you look at typing for moves, bite and crunch are notoriously dark typings, moves. And I feel like, the thing that snakes in general are known for is their bite. And so I get it. Poison was a really good type, but I just feel like it needed that extra like tang with the dark typing. And also retroactively, no Gen 1 Pokemon has actually gotten retroactively a dark added to it. And I will concede the rest of my time.
Okay.
Damn it.
Love you, buddy.
Okay. Mac, are you ready with the 5 minutes?
I'm ready with 5 minutes.
All right, folks. Grudge.
Okay, so to go back to a previous thing that was said earlier tonight, I think dragons have gotten a lot of love, and I feel like it's time for them to do something else with them. To reiterate a point you have recently said, I feel like the snake Pokemon in Pokemon haven't like gotten enough recognition as far as like new additions, new movesets, new looks. I feel like Arbok should definitely have that dark typing because it's already there. You look at it, it's dark, it's menacing. It looks like it's gonna rip your freaking face off.
I don't think that the like whether or not dragons get its type of love or anything, I think that regardless of this argument, because that was the argument for question 1, this is question 3 that we're on. All right. So even the Pokédex itself, all the way at the beginning, when Charizard was just introduced, said that it spits fire hot enough to melt boulders. All right. It's known to cause fires unintentionally. It has this super hot breath. This is all dragons. Anywhere you see in the history, the OG dragon is a lizard type creature that spits fire. Even its egg group puts it in the dragon type. Okay, it's got all of these attacks. It can fly. It can do a whole bunch of the stuff. I think that they missed their mark. This could have been in the it's already in the dragon egg group, which means that it can mate with other dragons. So why not just make it a dragon?
Because it already has another typing. It's been given a revised typing. You said something about flying.
It's the wrong
It's
typing,
got
though.
flying. It's
the wrong typing.
Pokedex mentions fire. Guess
Dragon
what? It's a fire type. It's
inherently.
right there. Flame
Yes,
is its
because it is
thing.
a dragon. It spits
Yeah,
fire,
so-
and dragons can fly inherently. Inherently, they have the wings. You can argue about that. They've over inherited. If they just named it a dragon, it spits fire and it flies, all kind of combined into one. Just
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot other dragons that embody what a dragon is. I feel like fire isn't like a bad typing for it. It's already got the fire, and then it had fire and flying, so it's already been through a typing revision. If we're talking about someone
that's
who
the argument. That's the question. It's been through a wrong revision. If you name it a dragon type, it has the fire, it has the flying, it all encompasses in one. If I tell you draw me a dragon, what are you gonna draw me? You're gonna draw me a giant lizard with wings that spits fire.
Okay, first off, how dare you? I draw terribly. I'll draw you chicken. Second off, it feels redundant. It's already got fire. Dragon is just kind of a redundant add-on, anyways. It's like putting a hat on top of a hat. Like,
so if we
that second hat's gonna fall off. I feel like
dragon
Arbok.
typing, it opens up other forms. Like think of Alola. We already had Ninetales that went with the Alola form. It can spit. It's an ice type. We give it a dragon type.
So can we or can we not go back to
Like a
previous
Gyarados.
arguments? Because you're
Spit
doing two things. You said I can't go back to a previous argument, but here you are with the Ninetales thing. You know, it's either
Uh-huh.
gonna be one thing or it's gonna be other. You can't have it
Yeah,
both
and I
ways,
won that
honey.
point, bud.
You can't
I
have
won
it
that
both. I
point.
know you got that point, but your
Uh-huh.
point was against me. Hey, guess what? I chose a dragon type. You're like, well, dragons have gotten a lot of love.
Yes,
Excuse
I'm
my
telling you right now that the
excuse my
OG
butt.
Charizard, the OG, the one of the first Gen 1 Pokemon, they mistyped. They missed a mark on it. It needs to
Because
be
they gave them so much. They gave him so much already. He has two, count them, two Mega Evolutions. He already has enough. He's good. He's good.
Yeah,
He's
because
got his
people
shopping bags.
love
He wants to
people
go
love
home.
Charizard.
Arbok is still waiting outside in a line,
Amazing
waiting
base.
to be let in for Black Friday shopping.
You can get it into its breathing fire. Even all of the Pokédex like entries of it talk about it breathing fire. I promise you, you can take a 3-year-old and tell him, "Hey, draw me a dragon." That 3-year-old's gonna draw me a lizard with wings that spits fire. That is
Cool,
a
that's
Charizard.
fine. I mean, you described a dragon. Guess what? It still doesn't make it not super freaking redundant. Fire dragon. Guess what? If you say dragon, I already know that thing has fire. I feel like if you're again back to the Pokedex thing, it
Pokemon
makes mention.
redundant. How many birds do we have? How many dogs do we have? It is all redundancy. It's all
All right,
about
all right,
selling
all right,
birds.
all right. Time to shut up. Shut up. Good job, children.
Okay. Okay. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a grudge.
It was a grudge.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it was really good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So,
It was fun.
does anybody have a follow-up question?
I do not.
I can't think of one. I just need a few minutes to figure this out.
Okay.
Your brain.
The plane.
Okay. I have. This one's difficult to come up with an all-encompassing follow-up question. So I think, Mac, get ready with the 1-minute timer. We're going to give each of them 1 minute to fortify their arguments, only speaking on their arguments.
Oh, I
How
love
does that
this.
sound?
I love it.
All right.
Heck yeah, let's go.
All right.
Yes.
So Mac, get a minute on the clock.
I got a minute on the clock ready. I want to hear this bullshit.
All right, Franny, fortify your argument.
Ready, go.
Okay. Like I mentioned, all right, we've got all of these OG, even the very first Pokemon entry from Red and Blue, Generation 1 says that it spits fire hot enough to melt boulders. It's known to create forest fires unintentionally. For me, that is a definition of a dragon. This is something that if you ask a 3-year-old child to draw me a dragon, they are drawing me a lizard, a long lizard with wings that breathes fire. I think that all of this, even its weak moments, things that are effective against it, is water, electricity, rock. All of those just kind of goes towards it, being a dragon type, a dragon fire type, something that breathes fire. Yeah, it's
Time's up. I'm sorry, ma'am. Time's up.
All right.
I apologize. All right, Tony Turk Reynolds, you have 1 minute. Starting now.
All right, so if you look down to Arbok's actual design, it looks like it's going to intimidate you. You look at the actual like underbelly, that looks like evil eyes, evil, dark. All right, it literally has the ability intimidate. That sounds pretty dark to me. You look at its jaw. Its jaw looks like it's ready to bite your head off in one single chop. Bite, crunch, that's all darkness. All right? I feel like a lot of the snakes don't get that love. And this is definitely a thing that has been called for by a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people sing this song for Arbok's rightful place in that dark typing.
Okay.
All right, well, I mean, you got 3
Okay.
seconds, but okay.
No, that definitely felt end of
Yeah,
talk.
Yeah.
that's it. I did want to ask a question.
Okay.
This. So this is more clarification because y'all may have already said this. So I was like, not so much. I don't want to hear so much about the new typing. I want to hear about its current typing. What about it makes it not a good fit?
So with Franny,
It's
why is flying bad, and Tony, why is mono poison bad?
why is what bad? I'm sorry.
Flying.
Why?
Yeah, like the original typing for your Pokemon. Like, why does that not fit?
Well, the original typing is fire, so you want me to
No,
say
the original typing is fire flying. You're replacing flying. So
okay?
why is flying
Well,
bad for Charizard?
well, the weakness of flying is rock or ground type, which I think just doesn't make sense for a dragon that has scales and fire. I think that water and possibly electricity would be the best for against it. Uh, that's all I really got, honestly.
Okay. Tony.
Okay, so as far as mono poison, it's not that it's bad, it's not enough for me. You know, I feel like yeah, it can inject you with venom, but what's it injecting you with? It's large, giant mandible jaws. You know, I feel like dark poison definitely feels like it feels bright. You know, it feels like it's more substantial than we got with just poison.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start this off again. You both picked again 2 Generation 1 Pokemon.
I've
we're,
noticed on the pattern.
we're in our 30s, damn dear. You know,
Yeah.
that's we grew up with this Gen
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. I'm also in my 30s, but it's just I've also not stopped playing Pokemon.
Fair.
Obviously, a Pokemon that people often say has the incorrect typing, Flygon. People think that should be Bug Dragon, not Ground Dragon.
Crazy that's not.
Yeah, it's crazy. You look at that thing and it's not a bug type. And same goes with Yanmega. Also not Bug Dragon, it's Bug Flying. When
That's
it
just weird.
came to your arguments, the unfortunate thing is, Franny, Dragon, Fire Dragon, uh, is making Charizard solely Fire Dragon would throw off the balance of the starters way too much. There's a reason that no starter is Dragon type, because Dragon resists all of the starter types. It would inherently have an edge off of all the other starters. Also, making Charizard Fire Dragon would take its ground immunity to a ground weakness, and also make it resist electric with Dragon type when it is currently weak to it with the flying type.
Fuck Earthquake. Sorry, I want to say that. I had to say that.
Yeah,
So-
but this was their recon for now and not for the past. Like you're talking about this being past tense and not.
No, it's the thing is, if it gets Fire Dragon, it would change its typing and
Mhm.
it would change all the type matchups.
Yeah, like for now, not for.
No, the types themselves would still stay the same. The types themselves, the typing would change. You don't change the type matchups. You change the Pokemon's type matchups. You don't suddenly make Dragon weak to electric when it resists it. But Tony, you hit every point that I wanted you to hit with your answer. There are no dark types in actual Generation 1, not counting the Alolan forms because those are not Generation 1. It was a noted absence when Pokemon Go released, and you could not catch a dark type Pokemon because there was no dark type Pokemon in Generation 1, where fairies were added into the game, steel types were added into the game with Magnemite, Magneton. There are no dark types in Generation 1. And a lot of people point to Team Rocket's original Pokemon, Ekans Arbok, Coughing Wheezing, as being candidates to being dark types. There are far too many poison types in Generation 1. Poison, believe it or not, is the most populous type in Generation 1, surprising everybody, because every other generation is so scarce on poison types. They may have overcorrected, but poison is the most populous type in Generation 1. And pop quiz, everybody. Do you know what the dark type is in Japanese?
No, Eric, what is
Evil.
it?
Is it evil?
The evil type.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Tony, you hit that right on the head. You get my vote for this round. Mac?
Huh. So here's the thing. I want to say this first. Say this first of all for anything. Both y'all gave some good answers. These are some good answers. Charizard is going into it. Yes, he's a flying type, and everybody confusing him with the fire flying type. He is basically the definition of a fucking dragon. Arbok is definitely a fucking snake, and his attacks are definitely dark type. He's the wrong type. He's technically in that wrong area. Franny,
Yes.
just want to tell you, I love you. No hard feelings. But he teared your whole argument to pieces by going back to another argument, which you did, which was ingenious. He went back and you had no answer for him. You kept trying, but he kept pushing it back to you. That initially made me felt like you lost this argument. You were crawling out a hole, and he just kept.
You just know that I don't pick your answers in any of the grudges, so you just intentionally are not picking my answers. I get it, Mac. It's okay.
No. Your answer is good.
It's like I said, Mac, it's fine. You don't have to pick my answer. I understand that this is retribution on your end.
What? No. What?
This is 100% retribution on your end. Is you want to get back at me for not picking your answers and grudges.
No. This is not getting you back for real. I really think you had a good answer. I agree with what Eric's saying, because when you were arguing it, your answer was.
You don't have to justify not picking my answer.
Okay, fine. And I'm not picking your answer, friend. I'm picking Tony.
That's fine, Mac. You don't have to justify it.
I feel like you're gonna. I feel scared now.
All right, Loveless. Again, your vote doesn't matter at this point. What would you have gone with?
See, personally, I kind of would have gone with Franny's on this one. Only because, like, I feel like the strength of her argument was about the obviousness of what the general, populace is going to think. Like when you look at Charizard, you see dragon. So when you find out it's not dragon, that doesn't make any sense. It breaks your brain a little bit. well, you can't necessarily say the same thing with, you know, Arbok. That said, that it was kind of hard, so I don't want to make you think like, oh, it was a sweep. It was actually while y'all were talking, I was like, this is actually really close for me
Yeah,
because
it
I'm
was
like,
close.
you
It was
both
close.
you both made such great arguments on this, and I was like,
Yeah,
Jesus. But I think,
unfortunately, it was not close for me. Unfortunately.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey! You said that. It was close for me actually because I was listening to arguments like this is super close. But Arbok,
Yeah.
he do got a point. Arbok is like
Okay.
they don't explain how Arbok is. Like he's a poison type. He's not dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It just makes
But-
no sense to put him in that range.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Well, he would still keep his poison typing. He'd be poison dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
quite
Yeah.
dark.
Same,
Same
He'd
story.
be
Yeah.
all
I
that.
was like, same time, it's like I do agree with the whole like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I
I was
agree
like,
with Franny.
that did make a good point about it. Like, yeah, it would mess up the typings, but I was like, let me dismiss that because that wasn't his argument.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a good point. So I was like, yeah, I'm
No,
just gonna
I
go
was
with
just
that
explaining
because,
the reason why it's already not.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that's basically it. It's like I would have gone with Freddie.
Yeah.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
I forgot that we skipped over the fact check because I've got a really interesting fact check right here for one of Franny's points. So the dragon type egg group, it's got quite a few dragons in it, but it's got a handful of not dragons. Like it's got Milotic and Feebas, not dragons. Scraggy and Scrafty, also very much not dragons. Helioptile, it's reptilian, not a dragon. The horsey line, initially not dragon, eventually became water dragon in Kingdra. Makes sense. Magikarp, Gyarados, again, not dragons. Another Pokemon that is very well associated to be dragon-like and is one of Lance's main
I don't know.
Pokemon.
I still wonder.
And no, Mac, I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
Ekans and Arbok are in the dragon egg group.
What? The hell?
Just listing a handful of the non-dragons in the dragon egg group, and Seviper as well. But putting Seviper in that list that I was going to say was going to probably spoil that Ekans and Arbok were going to be what I ended on.
So, question: I never seen Magikarp as a fucking dragon when he was a fish, but I understand he goes into Gyarados. But
It's based off a myth.
it's weird. Every time I go fishing, that's what I kept catching.
Yeah.
Can you catch a Magikarp in Stardew Valley?
Anything's possible with the red mod.
Well, you can catch a mutant carp in the sewers.
You can catch a really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's one of the legendary fish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, friend, I forgot to tell you, Eric plays a lot of Stardew Valley.
I've heard.
Yeah.
It's it's my favorite. It's in my top 5 favorite games of all time.
It's a peaceful game.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Shout out Concerned Nate.
all right. Tony is on a bit of a hot streak, but Franny can still turn around and tie it up with this final question as soon as you guys tell me what's going on in the chat.
Everyone is still talking about, okay, what is and isn't a Pokemon? So far, we have confirmed that Lord Voldemort is a Pokemon. Daniel's son is a Pokemon.
Ow.
GF1 Studios is a Pokemon.
Hey, I gotta take a potty break. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Actually, that is a good point. I actually have to do that. So.
All right. We'll let both of our fighters take a quick bio break.
In the meantime, you gonna tell me why you ain't gonna pay for this wall? Like,
Yeah. Let's talk about that wall. Who's gonna pay for it?
Actually, no, Mac. Let's talk about something else here. When are you going to get Mario Party Jamboree so we can play it on stream?
You know what? I'll tell you this. I have an announcement. Me and Scott, hopefully Franny, we're going to start doing something a little different. We're going to start doing something I like to call GF1 Switch, or we're each going to switch playing the game and the other person commentating or something like that. And we're just going to do that. We're just going to switch each person playing the game. Last week you saw Scott play Mega Man, and he was obviously pissed at it. And every time I talk about Mega Man to him, he has cold chills, and he goes into like a war, like a literal veteran flashback. And Tuesday, I am going to be playing Punch Out. So maybe I'll get Mario Party Jamboree probably during Black Friday. So maybe it'll be cheaper. I'll get it during Black Friday, and we'll probably play that for the next time. But
yeah, I'm already ready. I've been training.
all right, I'm gonna lose. Look at Mac dodging the question. Mac is not dodging the question. I answered it. God damn it. But I also wanted to say in the chat, I'm kind of scared of Franny. Franny scares me. She scared me when she said she got calm with me a little bit.
I think she was more mad that I'm just like how much I was praising Tony's answer because like I said, he hit literally. It's like he put in his answer, and I'm like, they both told me their answers, and I'm like, okay, they each have. Basically, they all had they said their answers, and then basically they had win conditions that appeared in my head, and Tony did a full clear of all the win conditions.
I am back.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, I also like,
so am I.
like I said, I was saying, I was scared of Franny when she tried to confront me. I'm scared.
All right.
Why are you scared of me, Mac?
All right.
Because you're gonna hit me in the head with a pillow. I don't feel like getting hit with a pillow.
The pillow. Ow.
But that is ready for question.
Back dodge the question.
Yeah.
I like when you get to the judging. I want to be the first judge.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let him just first.
All right.
Let me cook.
All right. So, question number 4. Every now and then, when a game comes out, moves can get majorly buffed or nerfed from the last time that we saw them. What is a move that should get a bit of love in the next generation? And I do have examples for buffs and nerfs to get like a feel. A move that, for example, got incredibly buffed, very noticeably. Leech Life went from being a 20 base power bug move to an 80 base power bug move. It is a significant buff and that sort of thing. So it's the kind of thing that I'm looking for. Once again, we're back to Tony doing his answering first. So Tony, what move are you buffing?
So to keep with a going trend, I'm gonna pick a dragon move by the name of Dragon Rage. Is
Okay.
a pick.
Okay, it's an interesting pick. As a Dragon Rage is a move that always does exactly 40 damage currently, so that'll be an interesting thing to look out for. Franny, what move are you choosing?
I'm sorry. Say the question again because I think there was a miscommunication on the question that I was given.
God damn it.
A move that should get buffed. A move that should get buffed next generation. Or get a little bit of love. Bit of love.
Okay. All right.
I was a little flowery with this, but I did mean buff.
Okay. So my answer was Fire Punch.
Fire Punch.
Ooh.
Okay. You know, a direct move buff doesn't necessarily need to be, to the base power, accuracy, secondary effects. It could be other things in the generation. We might see where this goes. All right. So, Mac, you got 3 minutes on the clock?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Tony?
All right. So when you look at the move itself, it's called Dragon Rage, and it just always felt kind of underwhelming to only do a static 40 damage. It's like you have other damaging moves that do that amount as well, but they also add status effects or they flinch you, it always felt like it never truly lived up to its namesake of being like a ferocious dragon move. It's very good for like early on dragon types, but I mean after a while you just kind of forget about it and change it out with something else, like we always do.
All right, you're you were right on time. You're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay. Cancel.
Right.
All right, whenever you're ready, Franny.
Okay. So Fire Punch is classified as a special move. But it only has a 10% chance of burning the target. It is a fire type uh attack with only 15 pp, which I think compared to maybe some of the other special moves, I feel like that 15 pp is just a little bit low for something that does 75 power. um I think we need to give it a little bit of love. I think that, especially in maybe some of the movies that would come out and the number of Pokemon that can, learn this, I think it could be a pretty awesome, you know, animation. And I'm gonna succeed the rest of my time.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Mac, make sure you get 5 minutes on the clock.
Ready.
All right. And it's time to grudge.
I
I
mean,
think Dragon
oh,
Rage is just like a blindsided, just blind rage of a dragon is of course only going to do 45 because there's so much other things. Like I imagine rage as something that just like attacks randomly everything all at once because it's not contained. So of course it's only going to do 45 base damage because there's nothing. It's just attacking random shit. Is it going to hit a wall? Is it going to hit a Pokemon? Is it going to hit its trainer? Like what are we doing? Like, you want to increase the 45 damage for it to maybe hit its trainer for 75? What are we doing here?
well, so first off, it's 40 damage, and second off, think about any moment you think of in cinema, in storytelling. Rage is an all-consuming, destructive thing. If you're talking about dragon's rage, you're talking about like I see dragons like raising villages and like destroying copious amounts of just stuff. For it to only do a static 40 damage, it just feels like it's not fully like
Because
rageful. You
it's so
know,
spread out. Like, you're gonna attack a village, you're gonna attack, the
No,
people.
but that's the thing is you're raging. You're not attacking. You're destroying that village. That village is no longer there.
Yeah,
Whatever
but
was in your
it's
way
there's
is
there's
no
no
longer
control
there.
around it. There's no control. Fire punch is a controlled, like, I have one target, I'm going towards this one target. It's a special weapon. For it to only do 10% chance of it causing a burn is like it's criminal.
Well,
Like,
yeah, because if I mean
at
you
least bring
if
it
you
up
think
to
about it this way,
25 or
if you
50%.
if you were to light a boxing glove on fire, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna like go torching stuff. You're not gonna like
No,
immediately
I'm
set
gonna
someone on
torch my
fire.
I'm gonna torch my opponent, the one that I was targeting.
I the force of that punch is gonna fucking it's gonna take most of your fire out, if anything, because
No, that's the
you're
whole, because
it's the air resistance. It's literally gonna take out that fire. If you think
you're
about Dragon Rage,
talking
Dragon
about.
Rage is so underwhelmed. They took it out of Sword and Shield. The last gen, they literally said you cannot use this move because it's so baby. It's
No,
just
no, no. It was
underwhelming.
in Scarlet and Fire after Sword and Shield, so that is
Uh,
incorrect.
What do you mean?
It's
Oh,
in it's in Scarlet and Violets.
yeah, but I'm talking about Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield realized, hey, Dragon Rage sucks. We're gonna take it out. You can't use it anymore because
You
there were
just
so many other better moves to top Dragon Rage that had that same amount of damage but did more. And like just if you're talking about just stats, I feel like it could definitely like use a lot more. It feels kind of underwhelming. I don't feel like I've been raged. I feel like, oh, I'm angry. I threw a tantrum. Cool. You
well, to
take 40
use
damage.
your argument from the previous argument, dragons have enough love as it is. So how about we give some love to the fire punches?
Yes, but I'm not talking about the dragons. I'm talking about the moves.
Yeah, you're talking about a Dragon Rage.
Yeah, and if we're talking about things that need more love, fire is such a synonymous typing with Pokemon. It's fire. It's literally a starting type. You can't go a game without encountering fire because it's in the first three, and it's always the first three Pokemon that you get. If we're talking about love, dragons like have this
Yeah,
this
and
status.
dragons have this. Dragons have this love that everyone loves dragons.
Right, but that's also not to say that. So you're telling me that fire doesn't have that love in the series? It's literally
Yeah.
one of the main three typings you have to start off with. You literally are punched in the face with fire, grass, and water.
I don't know. To me, Dragon Rage is such a forgotten move that when I'm looking at the list of Pokemon that can learn it, there's not even dragons on here that can learn it. Oh no, there
That's what I'm
is.
saying. Is like it's not. It
Look at
needs
all
that
these
love. It could
dragons.
be such a good.
Dragons.
It could be such a good move. It could
It's so limited.
but it's just it did not live up to that status. And if we're talking about things that need to live up to the namesake of the move and could be used in a much better tournament setting, Dragon Rage. I feel like fire's cool and great,
Time's
but
up.
all right.
Okay. Feel so tempted to already go into a fact check, but I'm gonna hold my tongue.
I got
Gonna
one.
hold my tongue. Okay, okay. Mackie, you have a question.
Um, the question I want to ask is okay. So both of these, so we know. So here's the question. Um, so you're talking about how? Why? Okay, so tell me. You talk about I heard a lot about yours, but I want to know if you were to put this in a new game, and if you were to put this in a new game and bring it up in a new game, what would you do to get people to catch the eye? How would you make improvements on this attack to catch the eye of other Pokemon, people who love these moves? Is that a bad question?
No, no, but I will have a follow-up question after you're
All right,
done.
all right.
Is it my turn or her turn?
It's your turn first.
Okay, so I can see it going this way. Either if you boost up the damage of the move, give it because it's the blind dragon rage. If you boost up the damage of the move, I would say maybe 25, maybe give it a chance to cause confusion. Because you're going around in rage, you're not thinking about stuff. You might confuse yourself. Or if you keep it at the same static damage, maybe give it an attack up. If you're raging, you're building up, you're letting loose. You're gonna strike faster, strike harder.
All right.
Okay. All right, Franny.
I would say give Fire Punch a like a two-phase build-up, like build it up on the first attack and then the second attack will do either twice the amount of damage or twice the chance of it causing a burn.
So basically,
Okay.
like a mega punch.
Mega Punch is a terrible move. Get off that, Mac. Okay. My follow-up question is that you both have chosen moves that have similar counterparts. So, for Tony, how would you similarly buff Sonic Boom? And Franny, how would you similarly buffed Ice Punch and Thunder Punch?
Okay, so Sonic Boom, again, the same thing. You're causing if you think about a Sonic Boom is very disruptive. It could definitely cause you to feel like you flinch. So again, you would up that damage and you would give it a percent chance to like either cause, confusion and stuff like that. So it would directly like have the same effect.
Okay, okay. Franny.
Okay. Does anyone remember the Pokemon contests that we used to do in like Sapphire and those where we had to make our Pokemon cute or whatever? I would increase the appeal of Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Electric Punch. Make it increase the appeal so when we go into those competitions, it's a not a base stat of 2 or 4, but it's a base stat of like 6.
Okay.
Wait, is that the measure that we were supposed to go on?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm like, I'll have to I can change my answer.
All right, ready for facts?
Yeah, I've got a couple facts.
I
So
got some facts about Dragon Rage.
I've got some facts about Fire Punch. So Fire Punch has been a physical move since Diamond and Pearl came out in 2006.
Yes, and also Fire Punch can be learned by not just fire types. It can be used by fighting types.
Yeah,
And
Fire Punch is typically used as a coverage move for non-fire types that can
Exactly,
punch
yeah.
things.
It also can be used by Snorlax, who was actually a leaf type Pokemon. So it is just to let you know, it can
Yeah.
be used by different elemental
Yeah.
Pokemon. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what it does
Yeah, one of the big users for the elemental punches is Hitmonchan, who famously could not use them very well until they were actually made physical moves in Generation 4.
Yes, and Hitmonchan is number 1 on this list. As far as Dragon Rage, yes, like Franny is right in this perspective. Most of the people who can learn Dragon Rage are pretty much dragons. She's right. But in previous generations, Growlithe and Arcanine and
Arcanine.
Arcanine,
Arcanine.
Lapras, Aerodactyl, and Mew could do it.
Arcanine.
Arcanine.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Arcanine.
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 Arcanine. Fuck. You know what I mean.
Excuse me. A world champion calls him Arcanine, so he's Arcanine.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Wolf Click calls him Arcanine.
Oh my god.
Arcanine.
He purposely calls him Arcanine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I got.
It's the bit.
Yeah, it's the
That's fair.
Yeah, I said.
Additionally, Franny, you are incorrect. Dragon Rage is not in Scarlet and Violet.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Dragon Rage is not in Scarlet and Violet.
I think it was true talking about Fire Punch.
Fire Punch has never not been in the game.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
Okay, so Mac, you said you wanted to go first.
I did. So here's the thing. Dragon Rage, like this is funny. In all my years of playing Pokemon, these are the 2 attacks I know the most. I know about Dragon Rage. I know about it. And I know about Fire Punch. Fire Punch, I know about both of these. Fire Punch is an awesome attack. It was an attack that I could teach certain Pokemons, and you didn't have to. You could literally teach it to a Pokemon if you need a fire move. If you want a Pokemon that don't literally want, if you're going in a battle that you need that Fire Punch, but that Pokemon got some move that can hit a water type or whatever it is that's going against you, or got an ice type that can literally hit you with a water type, it's the perfect move to use against them. So you could literally use that instead of using an actual literal fire type. So you could do that and that as a strategy. And it's strategy. That's the whole point of it. So that move strategically can get you through a lot of gym battles and a lot of fights. Dragon Rage is awesome. It's an awesome attack. I love it. It's amazing. I love that move. It is a great move. I love it so much. In Generation 1. Generation 1, I loved it because it was amazing. You could use it. It was great. It was broken as fuck in the Generation 1. When you went to the newer generation, it sucked. It was not good. I just played it. It's like, oh my god, Dragon Rage. I forgot when you said Dragon Rage. Oh yeah, I remember that move in Generation 1. But when it got to Generation 2, it was like I forgot about it because there were so much better moves. Fire Punch, on the other hand, is a move that I remember. I still use. I play, and I may not talk a lot about Pokemon. I play Pokemon today, and I teach my Pokemon Fire Punch. I look for Fire Punch. I teach them Fire Punch because it's a move that to me, it's a move that's a trump card because you can teach that to a Pokemon, and you can put that Pokemon in your box, and you can bring it back out when you need that Pokemon in a battle that you know that if you use your fire type, you're fucked against that Pokemon that can use water types. So it's literally a trump card to help you out in the fight. And I really think it deserves a lot of love because it's a trump card move that you can use. Well, with that, Franny, you get my point.
Yeah.
Why you getting all mad about that? I gave you the point.
Huh?
I gave you the point.
Oh, thank you. I didn't. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I will go next. So there
Thank you.
was a lot of things discussed here. Franny, I feel like there was a lot you could have brought up about Fire Punch specifically, even in comparison to the other elemental punches, because as a coverage move, it is of the three the least desirable coverage move. People tend to want electric or ice coverage over fire coverage more often than not. Your choices to buff the moves were, let's say, a bit too much of an overcorrection, in my opinion. A 50% chance to burn that's the chance to burn for Sacred Fire, a move only learned by legendary Pokemon. Absolutely fucking not.
It did say 25.
You said 25 and then immediately followed up with 50. But even then, a 30% chance to burn is the chance for Scald, a move that they just corrected by taking away from a significant amount of Pokemon that could learn Scald. Having too high of a burn chances is something that they're trying to knock down. I feel like, honestly, just a base power improvement of 10 on yours would have probably been enough because of all the other things that you can do with specifically punching moves. There are items that boost punching moves in the punching glove. There's abilities that boost punching moves in with Iron Fist. Things you did not bring up in your argument. Just a simple base power increase on that would have sufficed enough. You didn't need to go all two balls to the wall on that with all your things. Dragon Rage, the bane of randomizer Nuzlocks for anything before the second gym until after that, where you want to see Dragon Rage because you've got 150, 200 HP. That's not doing much. It hasn't been in the games since they started actually cutting moves. That hasn't been the game. Return, very, very, very popular move. Return hasn't been in the game since they started cutting moves. Dragon Rage, very iconic move. Famously used by Gyarados in the SSN episode. 40 static damage does not agree with that. What we see of Dragon Rage in the anime does not line up with what Dragon Rage is in the games. That is 100% accurate, an accurate argument to what we have seen. And I am going to give my point to you on that matter. Again, Franny, I think you might have overcorrected a little too much with Fire Punch.
I'm over here trying to kill Pokemon.
Yeah.
She's trying to cleanse the Pokemon land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cleansing this bitch.
Yeah.
These sand mucks gotta go somewhere.
All right, Loveless. It is down to you.
Ooh, yeah. Whew. So you both made really good arguments. It is like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like moves and their effectiveness or anything is exactly my wheelhouse when it comes to Pokemon. That said, I'm like, you both made excellent arguments with how Dragon Rage was, basically needs it because it's definitely one of those moves that I would have thought did more, and it took me forever to realize it only did 40 flat. That was fun.
Mhm.
At the same time, I do agree with Franny that Fire Punch deserve, definitely needs more. Like it feels like it lacks a little bit as of now for what it's supposed to be. Especially given like before, Pearl, it was just basically ineffective for Hitmonchan, and that was punching was kind of his thing.
Yeah. Before Generation 4, the iconic user of the elemental punches was Alakazam.
Oh, damn it.
The guy
most
famous for
broken
not punching.
the most broken Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because of course it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Generation 1, 2, 3, Alakazam was the main elemental punch user.
Yeah, the most broken Pokemon in the history.
And Gengar.
Yeah,
But
broken. Fuck.
This was a toss up for me. Like I could go either way, but I think I'm gonna go with Franny.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got 2 votes. Yeah. So don't hit
Oh,
me with
shit.
a pillow.
PvP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't hit me with a pillow, Franny.
All right, so what do we do here?
Okay. I need to get a couple bites of my sandwich. Give me one
All right,
second.
go ahead. I'll explain what a PvP is. The PvP is the tiebreaker round, where there is a player versus player. In the midst of this round, we will now flip a coin, and you will call it in the airs. Whoever wins the coin flip will have a choice of either to go first or last. Now, with that said, the person who didn't say anything, they either get to go first or last, or pick somebody from the panel to give you your question. You choose your destiny on this question, and it's a mystery question. You don't know what the fuck it is, and it'll be a Pokemon question. So with that said, you have that choice, or you have those 2 choices. So you get that choice, and the next choice will go to the following person. So let's say we flip the coin and Franny gets her call. She can either pick somebody from the panel, or she could literally go first or last. But the person who didn't win will get to choose the other answer. That makes sense. So with that said, call it. Alexa, flip a coin.
Heads.
No, Franny got it first.
Yes, I have first up.
Tails. Yes.
All right.
So,
what you want to do? You want to go first, or you want to pick somebody? You only can do one or the other.
I'm gonna pick somebody, and I'm gonna pick Eric to ask a question.
Okay.
Damn it! You're a smart man, because I had a crazy question that had to do with porn.
No,
Okay.
I know. I had a feeling.
Fuck!
I could hear it.
Okay.
I'm kind of glad you did it. Thank you.
So Franny, I need you to choose between going first or going second.
I'm gonna go second.
Okay. That's the correct call.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, that is the correct call.
I've been here since 2019. I know what the call is.
Yes. So, as a callback to the very first Pokemon fight, first I need a Pokemon from each of you. Because you give me my answer, and then I give you the question.
So the first Pokemon fight.
No, this is going to be a callback to the very first Pokemon fight. I need you both to give me a Pokemon.
Oh,
first find
Mhm.
it no more. Actually, yeah, nope, you can't.
There's 1,025. Pick one of them.
There's 1,025 Pokemon in the world.
I'm gonna pick Eevee.
Okay.
Got it.
Ugh.
Damn it, really?
Such a basic answer.
Okay. Hey, I'm still waiting on your answer, Franny.
Franny, you pick who I think I'm gonna laugh at you. I promise you.
Burmy.
Okay.
Thank God. I thought you were gonna say
Okay.
Theory.
So, the original PvP answer that I am referencing with this question is, how would you prepare your Pokemon as a meal?
Oh my God!
As a meal?
As a meal.
That's food.
How would you prepare your Pokemon to be eaten?
Oh shit! Yes, I love it. I remember this.
All right, I'll give you both a couple seconds to collect your thoughts.
Oh yeah,
Formulate
no.
your ideas.
It's funny because Eric won this answer basically pitching Halucha.
With Halucha. with Halucha.
Halucha.
Halucha as a nice lean tenderloin.
Yes, I
with
remember
with
this.
with basically chicken cutlets with the texture of beef.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't get me hungry. It's too late
Yeah.
for me. I still gotta take my sugar.
All right.
Just
So-
while they're waiting, Miss said no. Scott really went
Okay.
Scott went under and said, "Grace, question Eric."
Yeah, I'm like this is my opportunity. Let's see how they answer a question that I answered.
Let's see who's the master chef.
All right, Mac, are you ready? It's 30 seconds, right?
Yeah. No, actually, let's give him a minute.
Okay.
Fuck it, yeah, because Let me get my time
All right.
out. Oh man. All right.
All right, Tony, 1 minute on the clock. How would you prepare your Eevee?
Okay. Good. So I would do a bento style Eevee lunch. You would shave the Eevee. You would make it actually turn the Eevee into sausages and do little sausage things, and then you would do Eevee shaped onigiri along with a little bean sprout miso soup.
Interesting. Okay.
So little Eevee sausages.
Franny, how would you prepare your Burmy?
Hold on, let me get. I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about Eevee sausages.
And they would have little Eevee's face on it. It would be cut into the little sausages.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Are you ready, Franny?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a Burmy quote unquote bacon carbonara. Burmy is a bug Pokemon. It also has an exoskeleton that makes it super crunchy. Bacon is super crunchy. I will use it in a bacon quote unquote carbonara where I will kind of crisp it up a little bit, get the protein in, get it nice and crispy, put some garlic and shallots and some maybe a little sesame seeds in there just to kind of get it a very nutty, oaky taste. Put it in a carbonara. Use it as sort of a vegan, not so vegan seasoning. The Burmy will taste like bacon, and it will give it kind of a crackling like crunch as you're eating your pasta.
Okay. Oh, okay, Mac, prepare 30 seconds on the clock, and Tony, I will have the it'll be up to you. You will use these 30 seconds to either bolster your argument or go after Franny's argument.
And
the choice is yours, but you have to stay one or the other. You can't do both.
Got it.
What you want to do?
So what you gonna do?
So I'm actually going to bolster my argument.
Okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
You want to start
Okay.
talking?
So one other thing that I could see as an addition to the Eevee lunch is if you're gonna eat something, you want to have a little dessert. So why don't you treat yourself to a mixed berry sorbet to represent all the different Eevee types? You have strawberries, you got blueberries, you got some pineapple on it. You know, you get a little bit of that rainbow going. It symbolizes the Eevee. Plus, if you think about it, little Eevee sausages. I mean, with the face.
Stop. All right.
Jesus Christ.
This is exactly what I was hoping to get out of this question, by the way. All right.
Well, what you thought I was getting out of when I first made the question, damn it. Franny,
Yes.
are you ready?
I'm gonna take down his argument.
Okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so I just want to say that I'm absolutely horrified that you would take an animal that is not sustainable in any sort of way, that has multiple evolutions that it can go through, and that you would take it and you would take it out of its existence and use it as sort of a sausage, grind it up into little itty bitty chunks. This is a sentient creature, okay? This is a creature that is loved by many of children, and that you would create a sausage and desserts out of it is absolutely horrifying. I am disgusted that you are.
All right, stop.
Wow. I feel like that was more of an attack on the question than it was on his answer.
Yeah, it was. I take offense to this.
I was like, I am. Way to go, Freddy. I'm good.
Okay.
Squirtle soup sounds like a fetish. Says
Can I
Mitch,
make one?
by the
Can I
way.
make one joke real quick?
Yeah, you can make a joke.
Okay. Guess what? The kids love Eevee so much they can enjoy them at lunchtime. Love 'em again.
All right. Okay.
See,
It's my question. It was my question. I'm gonna go first. You both chose very interesting Pokemon for this. Of course, you didn't know the question when you chose it, so that's part of the part of PvP. So you got to think on your feet. There is one aspect that both of your Pokemon shared that one of you hit and one of you did not, and that is the fact that both of your Pokemon have different forms associated with them, with Eevee the evolutions and with Burmy the different cloaks. One of you addressed that in your preparation and one of you did not. Unfortunately, because you didn't have a trash bowl, Franny, you could have had a trash
Did
Oh.
bowl.
say it had an exoskeleton that can be
No,
used.
no, the exoskeleton is not the cloak.
That's what. No, the
The-
exoskeleton was a quote.
The cloak is not part of its body until it evolves.
No. It has the exoskeleton is part of the cloak.
No, the exoskeleton is a little bit in the center.
No, the exoskeleton
It,
is.
Specifically with Wormadam, it is. With Burmy, it's not. Unfortunately. So when you say Burmy's exoskeleton, it's actually the black center.
I feel like we're talking about two different things, but okay, I will agree to.
Unfortunately, the different cloaks for Burmy are not part of it until it evolves. Again, but the issue is you didn't address how each one would be done. You just said exoskeleton, crunchy exoskeleton, when there's the leafy one and the sandy one as well.
Yeah, it hidden ability is overcoats. The exoskeleton, the ability to shed skin.
No, I'm talking about the different forms it has, not the ability.
Okay, I will agree.
I'm talking about the trash cloak, which evolves into the steel type, the sandy cloak, which evolves into a ground type, the plant cloak, which evolves into grass type.
I feel like we have different definitions for each of them, but okay, I will agree to you.
It's like if you said like, plant cloak could have like there's like a salad version that goes along with it. The sandy one could be like a like a ricey, grainy aspect to it. You know, the bacon carbonara could very well be for the trash cloak, but you know, Tony using the bolstering to make sure he got in those evolution bits with the berry mix, to if not represent the different EVs, but to at least represent the different evolutions, but at least to represent the different stones, is going to give him the edge for me on this one.
Okay, can I go next?
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. As a person who, so this is a food battle, which is pretty much I'm gonna have to go honesty.
Mhm.
As a person who is a diabetic, basically what Tony has just pitched was treat meat. I cannot eat treat meat. I am not eating that, and plus I do not want to eat. Just like Franny says, I don't want to eat fucking Eevee. That's like eating a pet. I'm not eating that. That's a pet. That's like me going outside, and I mean that I can't just sit up there and just the fact that you are chopping Eevee up. That's like I can't do that. That I can't even, like that's like somebody say, "Hey, you're eating Eevee." I'm like, no, 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 hell no, I can't do that. Like that would fuck me up for life. I would not eat anything in the world. Also, I can't eat any berries, so there's that. So my dietary surgeon wouldn't be able to eat hers. Franny, yes, I cannot eat the pasta, but carbonara, but I can have a cheat day and I can eat that. So carbonara is something interesting. I never tried it. I don't know, Franny.
All right. It's down to Loveless again.
Wait. Quick question. Hold on, wait. 1 second. Mac, what did you mean by treat meat? What's treat meat?
Okay, spam.
Spam. Well, why would it be? It wouldn't be spam. It would be sausages. You're making actual sausages and stuff like that. And the berry sorbet is just a side dish. You don't have to have it.
And I do believe he did say Eevee onigiri.
Eevee, yes, you would have Eevee shaped onigiri.
Yes, but he did say that you'd be eating a lovely pet. Eevee is a loving pet.
She did argue that point.
But
excuse me, Burmy is somebody's favorite Pokemon, probably.
Exactly. Yeah. What about the bug catcher? They're eating
bugs out there.
I watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I mean, those bugs are nasty, but they were awfully delicious. But you know.
So if we're going off the lovely pet thing, you mean you're gonna go up to that bug catcher, that 9-year-old, you're gonna shove him on the floor, you're gonna take his Burmy, and you're gonna say,
I'm gonna pick one of the millions of bugs that exist out there. Pick it up.
Look, here's the thing. I'll say this, Tony. I just stepped on a roach and I smiled when I stepped on that roach. Do you really think I give a fuck about bugs? No.
So then but like, imagine just that crunch inside you.
Delicious.
So you would gladly eat that roach off of your shoe.
Well, here's the thing. This is Tony. I already made my choice. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. Okay. I'm just reiterating a point.
Yeah, it's just like just want to make sure. Just want to make sure that we know you're compromised, but it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, it's all down to me, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man, they both saw. See, I am hungry, so I am going solely based off of what sounds good to eat. And if I am honest, the person whose meal I would eat is Tony.
Yes.
Although you kind of won me over with the sorbet.
Loving pets. Sentient. You would eat your dog.
Yes,
what they eat dogs.
Yes, unquestionably.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go up against eating Vulpix originally.
Oh,
yeah, I was like,
Loveless, you heartless.
Close because I was like,
just
Burmy
as
bacon sounds really good right now.
Loveless,
y'all are all terrible people. These are wrong. This is
Yeah.
Loveless, just like your name says, you are loveless and heartless.
Anyway,
Baby.
I have posted Burmese true form in the chat.
Oh, was that what that little message was? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if I want to see it.
Technically, before it evolves, Burmy is just holding stuff close to it.
Well, I can't look at it because it's on stream, so yeah. I'll look at it later.
That is gross. I love it.
Oh man, Loveless, you're the best. I love you, man. Thank you.
Hey,
That was good suspense. That was perfect suspense.
got it. We had to keep y'all guessing. / I was thinking about it more and more.
Look,
No, you're good.
even though I will eat that bug before I eat Eevee. I'm just gonna put that out there.
You know what? More sausage
Very,
for
very clear. I would eat both of them in a heartbeat. No
Y'all are both
question.
sick.
Go.
Why couldn't y'all just pick Magikarp or fucking Goldie?
Magikarp famously does not taste good.
Magikarp famously is a trash fish.
It's a carp.
It famously does not taste good.
Oh shit! Damn it. Well,
No, it is not magically delicious. Magikarp is not magically delicious.
that's what Cat said. Yeah, they are.
That's what Cat said. What do you mean it's not magically delicious? You want to come on, Cat?
But Tony, that means that you have won this Pokemon Gamer Grudge. It
Oh my
was
God,
a
congrats.
tough back and forth between the two of you. But Mr. Turt Reynolds, where can people find you?
So they can find me on my usual social media sites. I don't really post all that much, but hey, if you wanna add me as a friend, I'm on Facebook under Antonio Hernandez. You'll know it's me if you see a weird, scary mask guy because I do a lot of LARPing. You can find me on Instagram at Tony the Turtle with and underscores under the spaces 22. You'll find me on Xbox, the same name, Turt Reynolds 22.
All right. Now, Franny, you put up a good fight, but when it came down to it, you just barely missed out on the meal. But where can people find you?
That's all right. I'm here. I'm on the GF Studios. I'm usually a mod or a fact checker. I currently don't have any social medias that might change. But as of right now, I have no social media. So if you want to find me, you can contact Mr. MacPool, or you can find me through the GF1 Studios.
All right. Loveless, you did a good job today, making sure that everything kept in line. You were the deciding factor on a couple of these rounds. But where can people find you?
Thanks, yeah. Hold on. Trying to make sure I'm heard. Wait. There we go. All right, you can find me over at Loveless Gamer on YouTube mainly because I like talking about video game music a lot. It's Sonic a lot. I'm actually going to be on tomorrow to talk about Game Awards stuff and play more Shadow Generation. So if you want to tune in for that, youtube.com/lovelessgamer.
Yeah, Shadow Generation's robbed of Game of the Year.
Wait. Time out.
Absolutely robbed. Jesus Christ, it's
Wait,
robbed.
Wait.
Get it?
Levels, I got
No, it didn't. It's not on any ballot.
The fuck?
No, it's not.
Levels, I got
The only Sonic property that got nominated for anything is the Knuckles TV series.
Levels, I got a question.
Why? That show sucked ass.
That was
I
bad.
disagree. I disagree. I love the Knuckles series, but that's neither here nor there.
Levels,
Mac.
Levels, I got a question. So you talk about music, but you don't know about fucking Snake Eater, the damn song.
Know about who?
Mac, where can people find you? I know this is your channel, but where can people find you?
I'm going to destroy you.
Is that the Snake Eater thing that we're talking about, or?
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, it's Snake Eater. It's about that old phone game, right?
That's what I thought, right?
Fuck
Oh, yeah.
you, idiot. Come follow me at Tampa Buckfan 88 if you want Mac Pool. Just Mac Pool. Tampa Buckfan 88 is where you want to go. You want to say you suck, fuck you, whatever, fuck you, Mac, whatever you want to say, you can say that, and I'll get it. And then I'm gonna reply back to you. Fuck you, kiss my ass, and just give a middle finger emoji. That's what you're gonna get. And also, I don't run ones, guys. We're all about ganging. Once again, you attack anybody in the GF1 crew, we do not run the ones. We're ganging. So there we go. And if you want to daggone gang up, if you're wondering where the gang's at, go to GF1 Studios. That's where the gang's at. So
Can I?
What?
Are you good, Matt? Are you still going?
I'm still going. Yeah.
Still ranting.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that. Also, fuck you, Scott. Also, tomorrow we will be doing a stream. It's going to be the start of a new starting series called GF1 Switch, where you saw it last Thursday with Scott playing Mega Man, and tomorrow I will be playing Punch Out while Scott is just in the chair rooting for me like Mickey. So if you want to watch us do that, hopefully I want to get Franny into this, probably switch her in the chair and somebody else coach her, or she coached Scott into playing Pokemon, stuff like that. So we're going to start this new thing called GF1 Switch, where we're just switching the people and one person in the chair, and we're going to do that. We're going to start doing that.
Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It just like I liked that last time because Scott was just sitting there cussing me out like, fuck this game. I was like, yeah, you picked this game. That was your own fault. Why is Mac being aggressive? Because you literally said, what two snake are you eating, Mac? And that's why I said, fuck you. So that's all I got to say.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Tony.
What's up?
Friday.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god, it was amazing going up against you. You literally had me on so many of those questions. I'm actually sweating a little bit.
Oh yeah, you did good, man. Also Friday, final showdown, Gamer Hell, Eric, Mist. Make sure you be there. This is for the belt. Gamer Hell. Get ready. 3-question round. No fact checking, people. No facts. This is gonna be a great show.
No facts, all fists.
Just lies.
Hell yeah.
Nothing but lies. All right, I'm done. I'm finally done.
All right. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at BunkBunker. If I do something, I will tweet about it. And again, I'll be here at the end of the week again, this time in the fighting chair.
Okay. Also, if I don't do this, Miss probably gonna plug it in the chat. DTH Games. Make sure you go there. Follow them, people, on Twitch TV. Go follow them right now.
And at some point, Is It Rotten? The episodes we recorded months ago.
Oh yeah,
that definitely have references to things that happened before the election in the episodes. Will definitely air at some point.
Oh yeah, the next episode for Is It Rotten is definitely going to be Ravenous because it's just so funny because it's perfect to put it out at this time because it's a bunch of soldiers and it's funny. Yep. So it's perfect time to put that movie because it's all about coming together in Ravenous.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say.
I mean, it definitely is a good way to follow up the question we just had. So, everybody, that has been this episode of Game of Grudge. I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I was super happy to be on.